Hey there, friends. This is Weather Watchers Worldwide. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta, of course, joined by meteorologist Lee Southwick. Lee.
My little emoji needs a jacket.
Yes, yes.
It is cold.
My guy's pointing at the sun, hoping that it...
Please come back.
Come on now. That is the theme of today's Weather Watchers Worldwide. It is cold. Not only here...
Instead of this, I'd be like, I don't like cold.
Not only here, but all across the northern hemisphere of the United States. We're talking about other parts of the... It's what, January 27th. You expect it to be cold, right?
But not this cold. This is colder than normal. I'll speak for us here locally.
But. That's fair. And the issue is that it is going to not only stay cold, but get maybe colder in that extended forecast.
Say it ain't so, but it's so. It is so.
So today we're going to talk about the snowstorm and this cold air we're seeing right now. Some photos from our weather watchers worldwide. Always got to get that in there. And what is next? As we just alluded to, the snow, the cold. There's a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about. So first, let's start with the snow that has happened and the storm that we have seen already.
Yeah, and actually, let's toss to some video here. First, let's start off with out of Memphis. We had this ice storm there. Tennessee, really one of the spots that really got hit the hardest by that ice storm out here, Lee.
Oh, man, look at that.
And, this is one of those where they were trying to salt the roads and everything, but, I mean, you can only do so much. I actually seen the snap trees, power outages in Memphis and Nashville.
I know Tennessee, just the state itself, was one of the hardest hit with power outages. So many people there. I have a friend who lives in Nashville who still does not have power right now.
Oh my goodness.
Still.
And on top of that, when you lose power in some of these spots, a lot of people don't have propane or wood stoves or anything like that. So you lose the electric, you lose the heating, and then we're talking about just how cold it is. 1 million people without power at one point across the United States, from the West Coast all the way out to the East Coast here. And this is just
it was Sunday
sad.
night, I think, right? When we hit 1 million nationwide?
And 30 deaths were reported.
Oh, that's awful.
Absolutely. And, on top of that, it's just this consistent cold. And I hear a lot of people saying, oh, where was the snowstorm? And maybe they weren't impacted by it the hardest in some of these spots, but boy, widespread impacts.
Like Nashville, some people were complaining, oh, you said it was going to be like this amount of snowfall, and it wasn't that much. It's like, yeah, but you're still sitting without power.
Right?
Awful. Be happy it wasn't that much.
I want to show you also video out of Louisiana, if we could throw that up here. Because this is like maybe they didn't get the snow, but they got the ice.
Yep.
And the video out of Louisiana, we have just actually from the state police showing why the power outages were out here.
And that tree is coming down because it's so heavy from all of that ice.
Oh, because you got to imagine that tree, all this ice accumulating on it, that is hundreds and hundreds of pounds of weight. I mean, if you don't believe that, just think about how much ice is accumulated. Go pick up a gallon of water and just carry it around for a little bit. Just a gallon. It's heavy. And that is like thousands of gallons basically of water stuck to that tree, and eventually they will come down. And then you get the power lines snap, power outages. It's the crews are still working in these areas here. Also want to show you out of Dallas, Fort Worth. This is in Texas, where snow does fall in Dallas, but that far south out here, Lee.
Woo! Look at that.
Just that no school.
No.
I mean, there's that. But at one point, I know on Saturday night at one point, pretty much every flight in and out of Dallas, these people, okay.
Enjoy it.
I mean, all right.
I was watching our sister station in Dallas on Saturday morning, and like us, they have the weather impact alerts, and they were extending it into at least Monday morning by that point. And then by the afternoon hours, they were canceling school on Monday. And that was just Saturday. And they got more on Sunday. So it was just the beginning of that event. And they realized, oh, we're in it for even longer than we were initially thinking. It just kept coming and it kept impacting. Even when the snow stops falling or the freezing rain stops falling, these impacts, the way it accumulates, I mean, look at that. So then it impacts kids getting to school on Monday, impacts getting to work, and so it's still impactful well into the work week.
And you know what? If we can throw up the graphics here one more time, or come back to the graphics, because I want to show you this here, Lee. Check this out. It's a satellite image from earlier today. Actually, this would have been yesterday. And you kind of see, for everybody at home, oops, I'm going to go back real quick. I'm trying to
see the ice.
Yeah,
you can snow on the ground.
You can see the snow. Basically, I can't annotate it, but from southern areas of Texas all the way across the Northeast, a lot of that white there is snow.
Let's see if I can.
I'm trying to, yeah, right there, yeah. I'm trying to annotate it. It won't let me because it's a scene, but pretty much, yeah.
And then you see it like where the clouds are, there's a gap in Georgia, north of the cloud cover. That lighter white, that's ice across Georgia into the Carolinas.
Wow. It really just gives you a good, the final scene of like Day After Tomorrow where they're like, wow, the air is so clear and I can see all the snow. It's like, that's it. That's the scene right here we're seeing across the southeast.
Not the stuff over Florida. That was cloud cover. That was
clouds.
The front moving through, but.
Oh, goodness. Actually, I'll show you this. Check this out. So this is your snow totals from this storm system. And okay, we have one spot in Colorado, 23. I don't think they count. That's Colorado. They get that type of snow. But how about Pennsylvania? Their spot there, well over a foot. Indiana, 13 inches, so over a foot there. The one that really blows my mind is that Bonita Lake in New Mexico, 13 inches.
Ooh.
But the ones that really, we're talking about power outages and serious damage and everything, Rayville, Louisiana, Mississippi, an inch of ice out there, Lee.
That is insane. That is insane. Lexington in Mississippi, Oxford. I have seen some really sad damage pictures out of Oxford.
Really?
Have you? Just so you think of an inch of ice. Most people know Oxford.
Yeah.
And it, like what we saw, that video you showed us, it brought down trees onto homes. And there, at first when I saw the video, I thought I was looking at tornado damage, and then I realized what I was looking at, everything's coated in ice, and so the house is it looks like a tornado came through, but it's just the ice that brought down the trees and caused that damage.
And even this graphic we've been using, this shows about a half an inch, quarter of an inch. When you're talking about like a full-on inch of ice, that dangerous travel on the roads, widespread tree damage, long-term power outages is just extrapolated, and serious stuff. Speaking of tree damage and everything too, it wasn't just the winter storm that impacted a lot of these areas. We do have a video out of Alabama here. I believe this is just outside of Montgomery, where there
my
was
old stomping grounds.
Well, you would have been busy up in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this.
That's Cloverdale. That is Montgomery.
And it's this was not due to ice. This was due to the storm damage, the wind damage from the actual line that came through here, which, by the way, that did eventually move across the first coast. We got some rain and wind here, but further towards the west, this is just packing a punch. You were working here when this was all going on, where you were
It
tracking
was that
this
line of strong storms, and then multiple tornado warnings popped in southeast Alabama to the Panhandle to northwest Georgia, and luckily, as it moved towards us, it kind of lost that momentum that it had, its strength. The sunset lost some of that energy. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning for far northern Ware County, but that was it. So we're grateful here locally that it really weakened as it approached. But yeah, in other places, even there was a little bit of tornado damage. There were tornadoes that were confirmed, but this, as Robert said, is just straight line wind damage too. Just a powerful line of storms that moved right through.
So a very multifaceted, complex system here. And we're going to talk more about in just a minute how there's another storm system setting up that could Not the same exact setup here, but it's another one of those has multiple impacts out here. I do want to show you, though, this, if we can come back to our graphics, our weather watchers worldwide, because a lot of people came through on some pretty good images here. So this is from Battle Creek, Michigan. Pat sent this in.
Ooh.
Like, I like this one because you can kind of see almost the rainbow. It looks like a rainbow. It's the sun peeking through the clouds and it's reflecting off of the snow crystals there. Looks pretty. Classic. It's stupid cold out. Here you go. This is out of Vicksburg right there. That is
that is like the Winter Wonderland postcard that you see.
But it's Mississippi.
Exactly. However.
I mean, Carrie getting out there taking this image and just my goodness. The fact that you got to this rail bridge right there, good on you. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'm assuming they did not cross.
Oh, I hope not.
Dangerous?
This is Josh out of Western New York. I believe he's just in the Rochester area and sent me this one.
Wow.
Look at just the snow piled up. It just... Oof.
Do you ever miss it at all?
I miss snow. I don't miss living in it.
Okay, that's fair.
Like waking up at 6 a.m. when it's like 10 degrees outside and it's snowing. Yeah, and you have to clean. You have to shovel, clean the car. And then you get dressed. It's like getting ready to just go outside and get in your car is like a 30 to 40 minute process.
I have a friend who right now lives in St. Louis, but she's from Birmingham, so she doesn't have a whole lot of experience with snow and stuff, like just the freezing temperatures. As much. And so she says what's really annoying is taking her dog out and having to put on about 17 layers of clothing. And like you said, it's like a 30-minute process to just take her dog out very fast to come right back inside.
Like, I love skiing. It is one of my passions, being up in the mountains and everything that. Yeah. But just living in it is much easier in Florida, I'll tell you that. Hey, it's not just the United States was impacted by cold over the past week. I want to show you this photo because I put out my the kind of a global chat here. It said, hey, you want to send some photos for weather watchers worldwide? Youngs Chan here out of Beijing sent me this one. I like the lanterns there, and look at the tree. The tree's got a little.
So cute.
Isn't that cute? We got to adopt that. Like, let's bundle up our trees.
Oh,
put a little sweater on them.
Fun. That's so like. I think I'm just trying to think about the United States. That's very like New Orleans coded, where they decorate their trees in beads and stuff around Mardi Gras season, Carnival.
This Mardi Gras, they might need a
bundle it up. Yeah, bundle up the trees.
And then this one is out of Sweden.
Oh wow!
Going out for this little walk with the doggy in Sweden. I love that.
Dog's enjoying it. I like it. Also, I want to give a shout out to our weather watchers who are watching with us live right now as we live stream this. Of course, it's going to air later at 2 p.m. on First Coast News Plus, but if you are watching this with us live right now on Facebook and YouTube, and Sandra, by the way, commented, it is really cold here, getting ready to make chili. I made a huge crock pot of soup last night. I think we are all eating the chili and the soup and the good warm food this week.
You know what I did yesterday? Same deal. I had tomato soup and grilled cheese. Classic.
So good.
Classic.
I made a knockoff version of the Olive Garden chicken and gnocchi in my crock pot. I love that soup. And so
here our digital director back there, Malcolm, he's just
You hear his
screaming.
Stomach
He's like, come on.
Yes. Ooh, getting hungry now. Ready for my soup.
All right, so we're going to talk about what's next in just a minute. First, though, we do want to make a little money here, so we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Sandra, you're all watching live here. We'll be right back.
Why do we come here? To reach for new heights, to dive to new depths. You can call it a team, even a community. That connection with others. We all deserve that. So why come here? This is why.
Swing into luxury, where golf and community come home. Located in St. John's, Florida, Stillwater is a premier 55-plus active adult community where golf is in your backyard. This bundled golf course community features a championship 18-hole course, top tracer practice facility, and resort-style amenities. Whether perfecting your swing or connecting with neighbors, Stillwater offers the perfect blend of relaxation and recreation. Live where every day feels like a getaway.
Maybe you're new to all this streaming, OTT, on-demand stuff. You need a trusted news and weather source, and we've got you with First Coast News Plus.
That's some pretty serious cold.
Get your most accurate forecast, your weather impact alerts,
heavy law enforcement presence,
extended breaking news coverage,
and that breaking news right now out of Camden County, Georgia,
and exclusive specials, all on your schedule. So download First Coast News Plus and start watching for free.
Welcome back. All right, let's talk about the cold and what's
Still,
next.
it won't go away.
It will not go
It
away.
won't go away.
We have a pretty decent storm setting up this weekend. Is it going to impact the First Coast Jacksonville area here a lot or a little? That's up to debate.
I was going to say yes, it will, but there you go. I'm
Yes.
glad you said that. Whether it's a lot or a little, to be determined.
And I say big bad storm because there is going to be a big bad storm, especially off the East Coast, to the point where hurricane hunters are already being slotted to fly into the storm system that is developing pressure, and some of the models dropping it down to 965 millibars. And we can even see it here. This is Friday, a little bit of rain, but watch heading into Saturday and Sunday just how deep this gets off the East Coast here, Lee.
That is crazy. This is going, if that happens, that would be probably some sort of historic snowfall for the Outer Banks, even coastal Carolina. I remember, I think it was 2018, Charleston completely froze over in ice.
Wow.
2017? Okay, I can't remember exactly now. Man, I shouldn't say anything. But that was quite a sight to see. Charleston, they're famous fountains and the pretty colored buildings, and they were just coated in ice. And so it'd be really interested to see if we get some snow out of that. Now, of course, I think Myrtle Beach has an even higher chance of getting that snow. And then really as you move into the Outer Banks, that heavy, a large accumulation of snow.
And not even just the snow, but how tight the pressure gradient is here.
Oh, blizzard.
Yeah.
That is quite a storm setting
then-
up off the coast.
Then you're talking about wind chills, sub-zero potentially. This is what we mean by big bad storm. This could be a very potent storm off of the East Coast here. Now the question is, how far is that snow going to extend towards the south? Could it impact northern Florida, southeast Georgia? And there is still
you can
debate.
see it. There's a little bit. These models keep trying to bring just a little bit down the southeast Georgia coast.
And so let's talk about what could make the difference here. Great graphic, by the way. I know you guys made this yesterday.
Shout out Ross. This is Ross.
Well, Ross is great at his graphics.
He
He's
is.
our graphic extraordinaire here. And so if, number one, snow stays north, rain for just the First Coast. If this storm develops, and let's say the polar front jet picks it up, it's developed just a couple hundred miles further towards the north, then that means we could stay in the warm sector. But, Lee, what's going to bring us more snowfall here?
Well, it says it on the...
Yeah.
If you wanted it to...
I was just trying to toss
We
it.
should have covered
no.
it up and asked viewers, had a little
Right.
Q&A. But yes, so track number 2, if it really just swings directly over us, hits the Atlantic Ocean, we get that tightening pressure gradient. It really just becomes this stronger cyclone. It could bring obviously lots of snow to the coastal Carolinas, but then wrap some of those flurries back in towards us as well. So, and I feel like right now, with the way models have been setting up for the past couple of days, because they have been trying to hint at this since last Friday.
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like. It's always looked like more of some flurries for us. No accumulation, but maybe some flurries across I would say Jacksonville area north. But we're going to have to watch places like Brunswick. I feel like we're going to really have to keep a close eye on that.
I'm thinking like a Virga snow, which basically means it'll be dry near the lower levels, so you could see that snow falling.
But then it's nothing to...
Right. It doesn't really, definitely not even enough to make snowballs or anything. One other thing we're worried about, though, is the cold temps that are going to be falling in behind it. So let's say we don't get snow. We just get the rain in Jacksonville. But that is going to stick on the roads, the bridges, and then temperatures will drop fast heading into Sunday morning.
Yeah, so if the one saving grace would be it's breezy on Saturday. That could help dry a lot of that water stuck on the roads. But if there's any sort of standing water, you can absolutely bet that it will be freezing. It will freeze over by Sunday morning.
So we got this weather impact alert for, well, did I grab the wrong one? Yeah, well, this is for
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning,
Because
okay.
we have that widespread freeze again
Yes.
tomorrow morning. And then we have another one on Sunday.
Okay, so let's just skip ahead to Sunday here. And we're going to show you the wind chills for Sunday morning. And I know there was at times here, some of the guidance is even showing, single digit wind chills right in here. There we go, right there. All right.
And it was close to it. I was looking at some stuff that said like 6 a.m. in Jack's Beach. So you're on the beaches, so it's breezier.
Yeah.
9-degree wind chill.
Oh.
9. Guess what's in Jack's Beach Sunday morning?
It is the Donna Marathon, and I'm going to be doing not the marathon, the half. I'm working my way up here.
I mean, that's you know what? I just obviously got to plug Tim Deegan. Last year, when I was first making this graphic, actually, we just revamped it for this year, and I had half marathon written down too, and he said, no, say 3.1, because half makes you seem like you're doing half the work, but 3.1 is such an incredible feat. Like, you are doing something so amazing. So don't say just the half.
Well,
it is 3.1 miles.
13.1.
13.1. And I'm bringing it down. 5K-ish. You're just doing a 5. That's actually Saturday.
That's a little less than a 5K. Yeah, but
there is a 5K.
There is a 5K on Saturday.
Thank you. 13.1.
And yeah, it's gonna be a trial in how to dress.
Yeah. Do you have a plan?
My
Layers?
plan is that, so I have like a bag. I carry my phone with me. I'm going to be layered at the start. And about 5-6 kilometers in, I'm going to have my son find me. He's going to be like using the Track My Father app and basically find me. And that way I can shed the clothing as I run by and like just chuck it at him. That's my goal at least. And we'll see how everything works out. He might find me and I'll be like, it's still too cold, no. And find me again in 10 kilometers.
It's okay. Just seeing him will be some nice support.
Yeah.
Because I've done that with friends, with the Donna, of course, in the past several years. And you have the Find My Friends feature on your phone. But there's another app where it's made for runners and races.
Yeah.
Where if their app is open, it will ping at certain points. And then it pings your friends if you're following them. So that's how I have stalked some of my friends on their races.
Really?
And you can do it from anywhere.
I gotta check this out.
I have a friend who ran a marathon in Pensacola, and I was able to keep track of her location, and you can send little, like, you're doing great, congrats, stuff like that.
I need that little extra motivation.
There are lots of ways that you can, if you're trying to support a runner like him, you can become the friends on these apps and track where you're at so you can meet up with them or just send them little encouraging messages.
I almost would say if you find me, give me some like hot tea or something, but hot tea while running probably won't be the best.
Maybe just like
we just take a little sips.
Room temperature or something.
Yeah,
not
room
cold,
temp,
but
not
like room
not
temp,
like ice water
or Gatorade or something like that. By the way, I did have a friend, like the friend in Pensacola. She's running uphill. I think it was up a bridge. When I sent like "You're doing great," and it made her mad because at the end, and she's like dying at the end. And I was like, "You're doing great." She's like, "Shut up." So I don't know if you want too much encouragement.
I like the encouragement. I don't like.
Okay.
I don't like it when fast people run next to me and they're like, "You can do it." And I'm like,
it's like, oh,
leave me alone.
If you're not dragging me along with you, go.
All right, so here's a look at that extended forecast, and here's the deal. Even heading into Sunday with the marathon, and then there's also the Wolfman's 5K.
Wolfson's Children's they do a 5K, and then there's a 1 mile fun run and a kids zone. It benefits Wilson's Children's Hospital, and that is Saturday morning, so definitely have to bundle up for that too. It's in Riverside, so a little bit of the breeze coming off the river, because at the YMCA there. But then Sunday morning, I mean, Robert, that is a forecast low of 21 degrees. That is not a wind chill. That is an actual air temperature that we are forecasting for a low.
I don't like that.
Fair. Yeah.
That's it. Like all right. Just why? Why has it got to be the coldest day of the year? Anyways, so here's our advice: the checklist: people, pets, plants, fire safety,
pipes for sure. Sunday morning.
Yeah,
like that's what usually we're like. Okay, Waycross, Lake City, maybe Folkston. No. Jacksonville, pipes. Protect your pipes.
Oh, it's gonna be cold. And the plants. I mean, we've had, like, last year we had no freezes. I know this because my garden was just fine all year.
Last year?
Or was it the year prior?
Yeah, so last year we had the big, it snowed in Bernardino.
You're right. We had that one. Yes. The year prior we had no freezes because my garden was just growing, and usually like a freeze knocks down the plants a little bit, like the weeds and everything. Mm-hmm. None.
You had lots of weeds, what you're telling me.
Yeah, I had lots of weeds, and I had a lot of work to do in the spring. This year, my garden, all the weeds that were starting to come up are just like no worries. Real quick before we go, I want to show you this. I want to check this out. So we're tracking the tropics. So yeah, I know. What, Robert? You're smoking something here. Because we're talking about Australia, and I want to show this to you, Lee.
Down under.
So look at this thing. So this is out over the desert of Australia, a cyclone.
Over the desert.
And it came on shore right near Broome, like on Thursday and Friday, and then it like almost intensified a little bit. And I think what was happening, it was pulling in moisture from the south here. Okay. So well inland. They were,
like, over desert.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Well inland, they were getting like this heavy, and it's of course causing some flooding in that area because it is dry.
So I'm thinking, like, that is not, that's not good for them. They're not used to that.
Isn't that pretty wild?
That is wild.
Yeah, I just want to share that with you, just to show that, we're talking about the winter, but this is Weather Watchers worldwide. Some people are not dealing with the snow; they're dealing with an inland cyclone, and it just. All right.
I think yesterday or just recently it was Australia Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very recently.
Because Rachel, our sports, did she tell you?
No, she didn't tell me. I listened to Jimmy Buffett radio.
Oh, okay, all right.
Said it on the radio.
You just go up there. We'll go find her.
We got to go ask Rachel, though.
Say Aussie, 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 and if she gives us an oi, 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 then it's Australia Day.
Perfect.
Anyways, so yeah, we're running out of time here. A big thanks for everybody who is stopping by, send photos. Any other people comment on this?
No other comments, but thank you, everyone for watching. I can see our numbers. I see that people are watching, and I appreciate you guys live streaming with us on Facebook and YouTube, and then I appreciate all of you who are watching this again on FCM Plus in the 2:00 hour.
Yeah, and we're going to be streaming pretty much on and off all day here today.
Yeah, live at 3 through 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then back at 4:30 until 5, and then you got the 5, 5:30, 6. We now stream a 6:30 newscast. We got the 7 p.m. newscast. Then they're going to do a stream at 8.
Oh my!
Or 8:30. There's another one later on this evening, and then of course the 11 o'clock.
So
newscast.
What you can do is what you're saying is you can just put on
Keep FCM Plus on all day. All day.
That's it. All right. Well, we'll be back obviously later. Stay warm out there, and thanks for stopping by.